Howdy boys and girls, I'm MJ, welcome back to Soulmate, and of course I've got some news, some new music you need to go and check out, and some artists recommendation that you need to add to your playlist, you need to add to your life somehow. So stick with me. But before I get into it, guys, I have to say, obviously, please subscribe to our channel if you like music news, if you like finding about the latest music, if you like finding out about new artists. This is the channel for you, so please like, comment and subscribe to our channel and all that stuff, all that cliche YouTuber shit. Anyway, cool, without further ado, let's get into a bit of news that's happened this week, guys. So first up this week, we've got obviously one of the biggest stories that broke this week, and that was about singer rapper Octavian, whose ex, Emo Baby, or Hannah I believe her name is, came onto social media, meaning like Twitter and Instagram, to share her story about the abuse that she received from Octavian during their 3-year relationship. According to her, during that relationship, he repeatedly beat her. He's forced her to have an abortion. He hit her with a hammer. He's dragged her by her hair, her clothes. He's done unspeakable things to her. So not only was the abuse physical, it's also mentally and emotionally, which I think you can see through some of the screenshots of conversations that she sent. This Octavian thing is just, I'm not even surprised. Not surprised about him, just surprised to know that things like that actually go on behind closed doors. It's really scary. I pray that, she gets the help that she needs to move forward with her life. For Octavian, this has been a really life-changing, part of his life. I feel like he's lost a lot because of it. His label, Black Butter Records, have dropped him, and that means that his album that was due to be released this Friday, I think it's the 20th of November, this Friday, I'm not sure, has been postponed. So no more album. 10,000 people blocked Octavian on Spotify, which is just embarrassing, yeah? And he's been called out on Twitter from people all the way from Dua Lipa to Nadia Rose, who both said, F this boy. Yeah, to sum up what they said F him. To be honest, yeah, I feel like if he did abuse this poor girl, he deserves everything that's coming to him, that's happened to him. Especially because he just seems to have no remorse about it. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's why people are like the most affected by it, because he just shows a lack of remorse. Literally gets on Instagram and starts saying, oh, she's like, accusing her of lying, yeah, gaslighting her. And if I'm correct, a couple of months ago, I think during the original lockdown, he acknowledged, admitted and apologized, yeah, for abusing her. But now he's coming out to say it didn't happen. Yeah, pull another one. So yeah, listen, I just really hope that whatever's happened to Octavian is making the rest of you abusers, anyone who abuses women or anyone, men, their parents, your kids, anyone who abuses anyone, I hope you're all flipping shaking in your boots right now, because your time is over. Yeah, we don't stand for that stuff. I think that everyone's like, oh, why did she take it to the police? She did take it to the police, but apparently she's out of the country for her own personal safety. She's been accused by Octavian and some other people that the only reason why she is talking on it now is because she wants to destroy his career and his album, sabotage his album release, which she admitted to. She said, yes, I'm trying to sabotage your album because I don't want young people looking up to you and thinking that it's okay to be an abuser and get on with the rest of my life. Nah. And I completely agree with her. Listen, I hope he goes and gets the therapy, the go and speak to your pastor, go and speak to your mum, go and speak to whoever it is you need to get like better at life, yeah. But that shit, and listen, if you know someone, if your friend is beating on his woman or your woman is beating on his man, yeah, or her man, if you know someone who is in an abusive relationship and you don't tell that person to stop being an abuser, you're complicit in the abuse. Oh, I'm so tired of the word abuse. But anyway, like I said, I pray that both parties get the help that they need, because it's no joke, yeah. With Octavian, I feel like redemption is always possible, But you need to have serious remorse. You need to go and do some serious soul searching, and you need to be dead ass serious. Like, don't just come here and start accusing the poor girl of lying. Like, you're not. Who do you think you are? You think you? Anyway, let's not get into it. We just did, but let's get over it. Cool. Speaking of prayers go out to Jeremiah, who is currently battling COVID. I think earlier on this week he was in ICU, according to rappers like 50 Cent and Chance the Rapper, who encouraged us all to send their prayers as they sent out theirs. He was in a really bad way, but apparently now he's recovering, and that's very important because we need you, Jeremiah. Jeremiah's one of these people that just adds sauce to the scene, and we can't afford to lose him right now. So we pray for your speedy recovery. Guys, COVID is serious. Well, serious to a certain extent. People are catching it. So please stay safe, stay sanitized. Be careful out there. Don't be shaking anybody's hands. Don't be kissing anybody's lips that you don't know. You don't know what people will be getting out here. Meek Mill. He's always getting run off on Twitter for something, isn't he? He's always saying something out of pocket. He's always saying something unnecessary. Actually, do you know what? My biggest thing with Meek Mill is that I feel like he says things, but he's often misconstrued. People take him differently from what he means. It's like people just want him to be an idiot. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like people just clown him too much. He's recently deactivated his Twitter and his Instagram after he received a lot of backlash from users. So he received a lot of backlash from Twitter users and people after saying that he would offer Philly artists record deals if they stopped the violence within the city. And I don't think it's that bad of an idea. He says basically what he does say is, I get all the main big artists in Philly a deal if they put them bodies behind them and squash their beefs I hear about. I got some hot young bulls from my city. So I've got some hot young bulls. It doesn't sound nice when I say it with my English accent. From my city, but they all beefing, and that's just an idea. But I'll push through with my city if y'all make it a thing. It's like 5 clicks that's talented, but they deep in, and they get most attention when they beefing. So I mean, he's getting a lot of people are saying. So there's one comment here that says, "It's time for you to pick a side. Is you zoo or not, nigga?" And then he goes on to reply to say, "I ain't picking no side, nigga. 18 stone, you ain't getting that what hit you too hard, fam." What? Okay, I don't really understand what that says. But what I would say is that I don't necessarily think, that I don't necessarily think that what Meek Mill said was bad. I think he's getting a lot of unnecessary backlash. Now, listen, again, I'm not raised in the roads, so I don't know the protocol. But I'm assuming it's not that easy for someone to just be like, all right, cool, well, I'm going to take this money, fuck the beef. Because if I'm beefing you and I decide, okay, I don't want beef no more, I'm just going to go here and make some money, it might even piss you off more. You might want to kill me. Do you get what I'm saying? Just because I've accepted the deal doesn't mean that everybody else will. That's one thing. That's one thing that we got to remember, that I don't know. I can't speak for all that road stuff because I really don't know. But I really respect the fact that at least Meek Mill is making an effort to do something to keep people out of jail. I respect the fact that Meek Mill is, using his initiative, using his platform just to come up with an idea. Even if it's just an idea, I don't think he deserves to get a backlash. I don't think he deserves to feel that he needs to be made to feel like he needs to deactivate his Instagram and his Twitter. Like, he might say some crazy stuff without thinking it through stuff. But I always think that the sentiment's there. On one hand, like, during 2020 especially, there has been a lot of protests, a lot of comments, a lot of, activism going on in the black community. And we can't, say, oh, we need white people to stop killing us if we're still on this gang hood beef thing too. Like, we need a balance. So if it means that people are more focused on getting money than they are on the beef stuff, I'm with it. But maybe he needs to find a solution that the road guys can relate to more. I really hope he does come back, and I really hope that he, even if this is not necessarily the situation, if that isn't the solution, so if that is not necessarily the solution, I just hope that something can be done, and I hope that the message that people need to stop beefing is one that people really pay attention to more than anything else. Speaking of beef, Tory Lanez and Headie One, they got into major beef on the plane on the way back from Dubai. So Tory Lanez and Headie One, I think for a long time everyone knows that they two don't get along, whether it's because of the area that they come from or maybe they've had past dealings. I need to read up on it. But yeah, they must have bucked each other on the plane. They saw each other on the plane and it was over from there. I saw Tory Lanez try to swing a punch at Headie One. Apparently it didn't connect. I think it connected with Morrison though, although Morrison completely denies it when he was there on the plane trying to break it up. Again, guys, listen, there's a time and a place for everything. Do you really need to be embarrassing us on the plane from Dubai? Like, and I say us because I don't care what anyone says. You're a representative of the black community. Yeah, you are two black men that are doing very well in your careers right now. Yeah, for you to go and do some rubbish like that, boy, I don't know where I'll go with them. I hope they settle their differences, and I hope that they don't resort to such beef again. The real beef that I'm interested in though was the beef between Trilly Banks and Nole, and I feel like maybe it's because they're two female rappers and they're doing their thing, but it's nice to see, a bit of beef, musical beef that's been put into the music. It's good to see beef that has been put into the music, We don't need any girls outside fighting each other. Please, keep it in the music. So I think there's always been friction between the two MCs, or at least for some time now. But over like the weekend, it's really been kicking off. It started when Nole dropped her tune, Choke on My Name, which she insists was not a shot at Trilly Banks. Although the song is very what's the word? But then I feel like it needs to be like that when you're a rapper. You need to tell everyone how big and bad and whatever you are. You don't necessarily, it's not necessarily like a beef kind of thing. It's just like, I'm the best, don't chat my name. Could be about anything. You could have got a call from a call center and they were rude to you, and now you're pissed off and you made a song. So the song doesn't necessarily mean that it's about Trilly Banks, but obviously she took it personally and she replied with a song called R.I.P. Auntie Nole. What I can say is that I do kind of like Trilly over a Drill song. That's cool. But Nole insists that the song was not about Trilly Banks. Trilly obviously did not believe her and dropped R.I.P. Auntie Nole, which I think was really good. However, yesterday, Nole fired back with a tune called Corn, and she won. Yeah, she won. I don't know. We're not surprised, obviously. We all expected Nole to win. Win this rap beef. Who knows if Trilly Banks is going to reply, but Nole definitely does not hold back on her new song. She lets her have it. She directly directs Trilly Banks in it. And the song's about 2.5 minutes long. It's good. Definitely go check it out. Let me know what you think. I don't know if Miss La Familiar, I don't know if Trilly Banks will respond, but she should. Or maybe she should just do what Stormzy did and just get one of his friends to reply, one of her friends to reply, because I don't know if her reply would be as strong as Nole's. She definitely delivered her corn that day. Speaking of corn, Tory Lanez has pled not guilty in his case concerning Meg Thee Stallion. I think he's being charged for possessing an unregistered firearm, assault with a firearm. So I can't remember the charges. I don't have it in front of me. I closed the page by accident. But if convicted, he faces up to 22 years in prison, which is crazy. I don't think I can go 22 years without Tory Lanez. But then again, if you shot Meg, nigga, like, what can I say? You guys do your time, you know. He pled not guilty. He also denied claims about offering Meg Thee Stallion money to not say anything or not press charges, just to, you know, offering her hush money in the case regarding the shooting. Obviously, we don't know any more information than we already know. I really try my best to stay objective in all these things, because whenever there's a he said, she said kind of situation where it's not crystal clear, like, for example, the Octavian situation, I really do try and reserve my judgment, especially when I really like the artist involved, because I don't want to hate Meg, I don't want to hate Tory Lanez. It's just madness. So I hope that obviously new developments come along real soon. I hope that I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just waffling here. Tory Lanez also has a new album that is being released on Thanksgiving Day. Obviously, he seems like he's got something to be thankful for. He seems like, you know, he's in good spirits. The album's going to be a mix of R&B, reggae, and obviously a little bit of hip-hop. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I can't remember what day Thanksgiving's on. I think it's on the 29th of November. But I don't know, I feel like that's too close to Christmas. But yeah, sometime in November is Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is where Tory Lanez's new album is coming out. I swear this guy releases an album every like 2-3 months. I wonder what he's going to be talking about in this one. So Dame Dash, Mr. Dame Dash, has a baby. Do you know what? I really do respect Dame Dash. I feel like he's a blessing to the community that more people need to tap into. He welcomes his 5th child into the world with fiancée Raquel Horn. The baby was born this weekend, Saturday, November 14th. He shared a photo with his fiancée to announce the news on Instagram, praising her for bringing the baby into the world. Congratulations to him. Like I was saying to one of my friends before, that Dame Dash, to me, would be a great dad. I know he seems everyone says that he's a bit mean and short and snappy. Not short height-wise, although I'm not going to be surprised if he was. But, you know, people said that he's rude and disrespectful and stuff like that. But when I watch his interviews and stuff, I feel like he's misunderstood. And I think having a dad like Dame Dash will really teach you discipline and really teach you standards, because he's very much of this whole ownership, black this and black that. And I think, rah, you know what? He's. I just feel like he's levels above a lot of other people who are trying to be entrepreneurs or pretending to be entrepreneurs. I feel like he lives and breathes that stuff. So, congratulations to Dame Dash and Raquel. Yeah, do your thing. So we got some new music coming out, guys. Now we're getting into the music news. My favorite bit. We got some new music coming out. Obviously, remember Monica and Brandy. Earlier on in the summer, they had their versus battle, and then maybe since then we've all been, you know, waiting for a bit of Monica, waiting for a bit of Brandy. Obviously, Brandy brought Brandy brought out her album B7, and Monica is supposed to be dropping her album Trenches later this month on the 29th of November. No, 19th of November, 29th of November. Well, it doesn't matter now because it looks like it's coming out next year instead. Apparently she's got a lot going on, so we're going to have to wait a little bit extra for the album, but I'm sure it'll be worth the wait. Dolla ign and Post Malone also may have an album in the works. This is coming off. They just released a song together called Spicy, which is on Dolla ign's latest album featuring Dolla ign. So we know the two work well together. So I'm sure an album from the both of them will just be simply amazing. So check that out when it's coming out. I'm not sure when it's actually supposed to drop, but apparently it's just in the works. That's all we've got. Cool. So guys, that's the news from me. That's what's been happening in the music scene. Well, a little bit of what's been happening in the music scene.